sitting in so you can get outside and wet us a little bit. I'm happy to help out there. We're sort of the junior member of the panel here. We're a 2-year-old startup company. We have 18 employees today. Monday we'll have 19. The week after that we'll have 20. So it keeps going. And when we stepped back a little over 2 years ago now and took a look at the wind energy market, looking for opportunities as entrepreneurs do, we saw a sort of a tale of two markets, if you will. On the large side, you had some very strong players in General Electric, Siemens, Vestas, very large multinational corporations doing a terrific job with a great technology which didn't hold a lot of interest for us. It's tough to compete with those guys. That business was growing exceedingly well globally. The United States represents about 20% of the global wind energy market. And in the United States, which is growing more quickly than any other part of the world, we are still only about 1 to 1.5% of our total electricity generation coming from wind energy. So that's almost all coming from that large end of the market. And that end of the market last year, in 2008, produced 35,000 new jobs as the rest of the economy was heading in the opposite direction. So great story there. If you look at the other side of the market, it's small residential wind turbines. A lot of entrepreneurship there, a lot of interesting new technologies, a lot of growth as well, but a much smaller market, and one where the economics are a little bit more challenging to get a return on an individual homeowner's investment. So as we look at that, though, we saw a large hole in the middle of the market. Where was the wind turbine technology for the school, for the manufacturing facility, for the museum, for the hospital? Lots of people who were spending $50,000 to $500,000 worth of on electricity every year were not able to participate in wind energy. They had some good options in solar, and we think that we're a good complement to that. So that's the area of the market that we're focused on, is that commercial middle of the market. And it wasn't as simple as simply taking big technologies and making them smaller to fit into the footprint in one of those locations, but in sort of using some of our friends from Procter & Gamble's methodologies, you look at what that customer really needs. They need something which is smaller and shorter and more compact because it has to fit next to a school ballpark, a playground, something like that. You have to have something that is fundamentally quieter. You have to have something that is quick and easy to install, something that's inexpensive to service and has to be done infrequently. You do not have the luxury of being able to burden the cost of that turbine installation with a lot of cranes and a lot of maintenance costs and installation costs and things that when you're putting in a wind farm where you have 100 different turbines and you can spread those costs out, everything has to be borne by the single wind turbine. So the solution that we came up with is a fundamentally different looking wind turbine. Actually, you can see a picture of it on my left. And the idea that really drives us as well is one of wind acceleration. We all tend to live and work in areas which aren't quite as windy as you might find in the wind farm states out in the Great Plains. We tend to work in what in the wind industry we refer to as Class 2 wind or Class 1 wind. We're sitting here